Today we are going to start talking about animals, and we'll start with the most simplest animal is the sponge. Sponges are in the phylum Porifera, which mean pore bearers. They live their entire adult life attached to a single spot. Although they are very simple, they are classified animals because they are multicellular. They are heterotrophic, so they have to consume food. They have no cell walls, such as plants, and they do contain a couple of specialized cells that we're going to talk about. Another reason they are the simplest is they do not have a mouth or a gut, they lack tissues, and they don't have any organ systems. They're also asymmetrical, like we talked about. Many animals are either bilateral or radial symmetry. Sponges don't have any symmetry, and they have no front or back, or no left or right sides. The body of a sponge forms a wall around a large central cavity, and through this the water is continually circulating. At the very top you have what's called an osculum. That is where the water is going to leave the sponge. It enters through these pores in the body wall. We said they did have some specialized cells. The first one is a choanocyte. They use this flagella to keep the steady current of water through the sponge, just like we use cilia to move mucus through. They use the flagella to move the water through. A spicule is another specialized cell. It's a spike-shaped structure made of calcium carbonate, or the silica, so they're very rigid. They're made by archaeocytes, which are specialized cells that move around within the walls of the sponge. Now also sponges do feed. We talked about filter feeders, so as water moves through the sponge, the food particles are trapped and engulfed by those choanocytes that line the body cavity. Sponges also must go through reproduction. They can reproduce sexually or asexually. So the eggs are fertilized inside the sponge's body, and this is going to be called internal fertilization. And then to finish off, we'll talk a little bit about the ecology. The ecology of sponges, they're very important in the aquatic ecology. They provide the habitats for many marine animals, such as snails and sea stars and shrimp. If you recall back to biology, they have a symbiotic relationship with many of the creatures in the ocean.